how I gained almost 20 pounds of muscle in 2 years. Follow along, take notes, and listen. If you saw these side-by-side photos that I posted a couple weeks ago, you'll know that this is a pretty drastic transformation for me. So the before photos are honestly the week of North Americans in 2021 versus when I was in Ohio for Swiss. And the cool thing about this comparison is you'll notice that not only am I leaner in the Ohio photos, the after photos, I'm way bigger. So it's almost 20 pounds on the scale, but I'm leaner. So if you probably do that math, like I'm probably 21 and a half pounds heavier, but with significantly better condition. So you can see like vascularity through my legs, tighter everywhere head to toe, but bigger everywhere head to toe. So, I've been getting a lot of questions. Chris, how did you do this? What did you do? What did you change? Like, you're 39. Like, how did you do this in such a short time period? Because that's roughly 10 pounds a year, which is unheard of. And I know that might not sound like a lot to people, but this is lean tissue gain. So envision taking 20 packs of ground beef and putting them on your body. Like, that's what I did. So let's dig into these points, and I'm gonna talk through each one. All right, I'm choosing this first because I've made so many freaking videos on it. More rest days. I'm not gonna beat this into the ground, but this whole off season, I trained 4 to 5 days a week. That's it. Never 6, never 7, certainly not 10. I've done 14 before. Stupid, not worth it. 4 to 5 times a week I was training. If I woke up one morning and didn't feel like I had it in me, I literally called an audible, rest day, and just picked up my split the next day. I didn't stress about it. If I only trained 4 days that week, it wasn't a big deal. I either decided to cut a leg day or cut my back pump day. It's as simple as that. And then if I cut the leg day, I would do leg day the following Monday. It's as simple as that. So in essence, I was doing legs every 10 days, some weeks, to get double back work. I didn't stress it. Didn't care. I just said, you know what? I've never truly listened to my body and followed my instincts to rest more. I've always thought more is better. More training equals more growth. And this year I was like, this off season, I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not making that mistake. I'm going to try to rest more. And that's what I did. And you see the result. All right, next up, I literally have been smashing food. And I think it starts with the digestive protocol that we posted in this video on the day in the life, and you'll see it all there if you want to see it. But that digestive protocol of warm lemon drink with glutamine, right into that greens powder, and then all my health supplements, collagen. I'm just telling you, that on top of drinking 6 to 8 liters of water every day of spring water all off season has primed my digestion. I haven't had any digestive issues. Also attribute that to finally finding true foods that work for me, right? Not trying to force things down that are either taste delicious and are easy to eat, or on the flip side of that, like doing things that are like bodybuilding foods or something as simple as free meals, right? Like if I had a free meal, for the most part, Angela and I either went to a really nice steakhouse and I got a filet, mashed potatoes, asparagus, and then we might have just split like a half a dessert, or I just smashed Chick-fil-A. I do a number 1 value size. I do a 3-count strip with a fruit cup and a couple chocolate chip cookies. Those digested beyond well for me. I placed that after Chris Osborne and I hit a hard back day with a newbie, and then I'd hit arms the next day. So it's like perfect, right? So I'm at meal 6 on a hard training day for my back pump. I would eat that free meal, and then I wake up the next morning, hit 2 meals, and go train arms. That's the reason I think my arms have come up too, is that free meal gave me all those extra calories in the off season in order to really achieve that look of more thickness, more pump. All that sodium was loaded in there. So I would say like that was a huge contributing factor as well. Now, on the flip side of that, in March, I was done with free meals. March of 2023. I was just done with them. I looked at Angela, I'm like, no more. I'm not doing them. I don't want to do any more free meals. We're not going to do it. So that's what I did. Until now, I hadn't had a free meal. So on the flip side of that, so that first, what is that? 16 months, I was doing either a steakhouse and Chick-fil-A, or the second half of the 2 years, I pretty much had no free meals. And I know people are going to say, oh, Chris, is that a necessity? Do you require clients to do that? No. It's just been what's been working for me. And I've been in a good rhythm. And honestly, I just didn't feel like I needed it or wanted it. I just wanted my diet food and to stay on plan and execute the mission. Number 3, not missing health supplements. So I've been really fortunate to have been picked up as a sponsored athlete by True Metabolics. And I have been hitting their entire health line religiously. I haven't missed. On top of that digestive aid drink and a few other supplements you'll see, again, that day in a life video, he won't tag it again, but if you watch all the supplements that I take to keep my body healthy and operating optimally, like I have to put some stock in that. In the all season, in the past, I've been lazy with those. Pre-contest, I've been way better at it, but honestly, even pre-contest, like not always. So like staying on top of fish oil, all my stuff for my heart, liver, kidneys, all my internal organs, like those have been huge in my opinion. So if you want a discount code, it's CEdmonds10. They are the best. They're designed for athletes by doctors. I've literally seen people's blood work come back and improve numbers on kidney function. For example, people who struggle with like water retention, melts away with a liver product. Like you would be shocked at what these can do if you take them and take them consistently. So health supplements is another thing that I really doubled down on this off season. All right, cardio 4 to 5 times a week. Now, the reason I say this is I believe this led to me being leaner. And that could go back to the digestive protocol. It could go back to the food choices. That could be going back to removing the free meal or choosing better free meals as opposed to just slopping away at garbage and eating until I felt like I was going to throw up, because I'd been guilty of that in the past. So staying leaner this all season has allowed my body to process nutrients much more efficiently. So like on a high day, for example, I've been hitting 1,000 to 1,200 grams of carbs on a high day. A base day, I mean, my base days have been anywhere between 200 grams of carbs to 700 grams of carbs. And then my off days have been really low. So as low as 200 or as low as 0. So those off days have been either 0 carb or all the way up to 200. And that's based on solely on my look. So, you know, staying leaner this off season and what I would consider like between 8 and 10 weeks out striking distance has really allowed me to feel better, be able to train harder, smarter, and be able to see the changes that my body are actually making. So that's one of the things when I got off stage, like I wanted to improve like staying leaner in the all season so my preps didn't have to come down to 2 hours of cardio a night, 7 days a week, and just melting muscle off of me. So regular cardio, good for my heart, good for my body fat, and you know, it's just one of the things that allowed me to train harder because my heart was healthier. And the last thing here, guys, following my intuition, my instinct. You know, sometimes I forget that I've done this for almost 20 years. And I'll second guess myself with certain things personally. For clients, no. But for me, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But what I've really focused on this last 2 years is listening to my body, listening to the feedback it gives me, and then just following what it tells. Because I use that with clients, right? I ask a bunch of questions and their body will guide me on the decisions to make. Why I chose not to do it for myself, I don't understand. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to get back to I'll start with training. I told Angel one day, I came home, I'm like, you know what? Fuck all this progressive overload stuff, low volume. It had gotten into my head. Like, it was just in my head, and I thought that's the way I had to train. Top set, back off, blah, blah, blah. And I came home one day, and I was like, I'm going to go back to the training I love. And she's like, what does that mean? And I was like, I'm going to increase the volume. I'm going to increase the intensity. I'm still going to keep some top sets and back offs on the exercises that I like them on. But for the most part, I'm going to go back to old school 90s, early 2000s bodybuilding. And I've had a blast. And I think the combination of me just having fun, loving, looking forward to all my workouts really attributed to this new muscle growth. And yeah, I don't know if it's actually the volume, but it's just a reignited passion. Now, I will say this too. Like, I didn't say that I had fallen out of love with training, but that fire wasn't burning nearly as hot as it is now. It was still on fire for most people, but now, I mean, it is cranking. Like, I look forward to every single session. Also, every single session that I do is handwritten by me. I'm not following a program, not doing a Mountain Dog program. I'm doing things, tinkering with things, experimenting on myself so I can start applying it to clients. Like, for example, of this shoulder video that I shot with Chris Schaub. We're doing a hammer strength incline for shoulder pressing to increase our front delt size. I'm not seeing anyone else doing that. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm placing that in the middle of either a superset or a triset, and it is killing my shoulders and nothing negative, right? Where a heavy-ass dumbbell press, barbell press, machine press was starting to give me some like shoulder impingement issues. So that's an example of just like I'm tinkering around with some things. I'm going to start applying those to people's training, and then hopefully they'll be able to see the kind of progress that I have. And then to finish this off, like on top of just talking about my instincts, I've been taking such elaborate notes of these instincts. So when I have a thought, a theory, I write it down in a running notepad. And I typed it up into a Word document, and it's just a running list of ramblings. And some of them worked well. Some of them are on the fence, and some of them I'm going to throw away. But essentially what I did was I just created a strategy guide, so to speak, for what I was doing, because I knew in my heart after that's the first year that I was gaining good tissue. I was like, ooh, I'm in a rhythm. Like, let's go. Now, I hadn't really posted a lot about it until recently. I'd been posting a lot of videos of like hard training sets, you know, in hood and pants, like not showing the work that had been done in terms of growth. But now that I'm starting to show, like, hey, like my waist is smaller. Hey, my muscles are bigger everywhere. The leanness I have and the sharpness I have is at an all-time high. And I'm eating a lot of food. So all of these notes and things and lessons that I'm learning have been this giant science experiment on myself, and I've absolutely loved it. So if you like this video, guys, like, share, subscribe. I hope I left you with some tips or things that you can take away from this video. That's what I've been doing. That's what's been working. And if I'm being honest, like, I just got to keep at it. I'm in such a great groove. There's no reason to let up. Until next time, Chris on the TV.